Welcome to Small Craft Cruising. Here's a quick backyard review and comparison of two Sundolphin Bali SS kayaks. They are both a year old and have been used extensively in the ocean. The pink kayak is 10 feet long, while the blue kayak is a 12-foot model. Both kayaks were ordered from Walmart. The 10 costs $270 and the 12 runs $350. The 12 is available in green, blue, or red and offers a simple, straightforward design that's excellent for beginners. And while the low cost is reflected in the lower build quality, it's not something that would stop me from paddling out in less than perfect weather. At $350, the 12 is really good bang for your buck.
Starting at the bow, there's a drain plug with an easy twist off top. The carry handle is functional, but those holes are not sealed. Water does seep in sometimes. The elastic bungee is functional enough and will be easy to replace when it eventually wears out. The storage compartment here is handy, however accessing it can be awkward while you're on the water. I do like that the lid is tethered, but don't let the rubber seal fool you. It is not watertight. The footrests are adjustable and surprisingly sturdy. The 3 blank spots are for aftermarket accessories such as a fish finder. The 2 black pads are leg rests. The pads are simply glued on and will peel off eventually, but so far are mostly still attached. The backrest is riveted on with this strap, and the thin pad could be better. The 12 also gets a butt pad fitted standard when the 10 does not. The pad is thin, and I recommend buying a better one when you can. Also standard are rear rod holders and the rear removable storage bin. Further back is the aft drain plug and carry handle. The bungees hold the bin well on water, but do not trust them to hold if the kayak is on your roof on the freeway.
Although I have yet to do it myself, I've heard of people removing the storage bin and towing it behind to increase overall storage on the kayak. The bin itself is sturdy and fairly watertight. I see no reason towing it behind would be a bad idea. However, I must mention that accessing the storage via the twist and pull top is frustrating in the pool and nearly impossible to do on the kayak. Not a great design here. Also, since I've used it as an ice chest, I will mention that there's a lip on the inside of the bin, and with the opening in the middle, it's nearly impossible to get all the water out of this thing. And any attempt at doing so will be a melody of you jiggling this thing like an idiot on the shore. And still, you won't get all the water out. One thing I really did like about the two is that the rear bin is interchangeable between the two kayaks. I know it's done to keep costs down, but I'm a fan of parts interchangeability. The 10-foot Bali is available in dark blue, light blue, green, pink, red, and orange. It offers many of the same features as the 12 and many of the same looks, but in a smaller format. The undersides are fairly similar in shape with no major differences. On the bow is a similar bungee carry handle next to a forward drain plug. The forward storage is fairly small compared to the 12, and this is where most of the 2-foot difference is noticeable. The same sliding footrests are just as functional here. The 10 offers a bungee-secured bottle holder and a fairly small space for accessories. The tethered compartment is much more accessible here, but it's still just as leaky. The side holders are nifty, but they dump everything if the kayak is ever capsized. The backrest is identical to the one in the 12, however the 10 does not get a butt pad. Rod holders are optional, and the way the handle is attached in the back feels flimsy. One problem with Walmart is that they do not stock these at my local stores, and do not allow store pickup. These kayaks are shipped in just a bag, and this pink one suffered damages as well as a puncture. Check your kayak before you accept it. Here's a shot of the kayaks sitting next to each other. I've aligned them at the cockpits to better show the similarities and differences between the models. While they are about the same height off the ground, the 12 flares up at the ends, which you'll see later offers better height in the water. Interior depth is similar between the two. The 10 measures at around 7 inches, while the 12 is slightly deeper at 8 inches. Legroom on the 12 is a maximum of 46 inches. Legroom in the 10 is a maximum of 42 inches. The 12's minimum legroom is 37 inches, and the 10's minimum legroom is 34 inches. The standard cup holder does not fit a 1-liter Nalgene bottle. However, it easily accommodates a coffee mug or a can of soda. The 10's bottle holder and strap fit and secure the Nalgene very well. And while the mug may fit a little loose, I've never had one fall out while kayaking. The 12's combination cup and rod holder also does not fit a Nalgene, and the accessory mounts in place of the bottle holder mean there's no great place to put a Nalgene. The coffee mug fits the same as the 10's cup holder. Also, the Nalgene does fit in the round storage bin, but you do lose the storage bin with the Nalgene in it. At 44 pounds, the 10 is easy enough to carry, and while there are no great handles except for on the bow and stern, the lip around the edge offers an easy grip for a quick pickup and set down like this one. At 48 pounds, the 12 is just as easy to carry, but its larger size does make it a little more cumbersome to maneuver. Once in the water, it's clear to see the 12 offers a much higher freeboard, or the distance between the water and the deck, than the 10 offers. For science, I added 140 pounds of weight to the cockpit and 5 gallons of water, or 40 pounds, to the storage compartment. Clearly, this has altered the kayak's ride height. With a total of 180 pounds added, the cockpit remains around 8 inches above the waterline. The weight in the stern does raise the bow to 9 inches above the waterline, and it lowers the stern to 6 inches. It won't take much of a wave to swamp the kayak. Giving the same treatment to the Bali 12, you see the 12 offers a lot more buoyancy and freeboard with the same 180-pound load. The stern remains almost 8 inches out of the water, as does the cockpit. The bow raises to 13 inches, which means the 12 can take a much larger wave and keep you dry. While neither kayak offers much in the line of stability, and of course standing in a kayak is rarely a good idea, the 12 offers a lot of additional buoyancy over the 10, and those couple extra inches of freeboard make a big difference here. As a bit of a side note, since these kayaks are more intended for beginners, and I see people capsize fairly often when I go out, I would recommend you practice riding and then re-entering a capsized kayak like I am if you have access to a pool or a calm body of water, since there are many more ways to fail at re-entry than to succeed. And a little practice and preparation will go a long way here. Another thing I've seen is people falling into the water when they lean forward and try to retrieve an item from the forward storage compartment. The 12 offers a good amount of buoyancy, but the further forward you lean, the less stable you become. The 10 offers so little buoyancy that leaning too far forward to retrieve an item can cause the bow to plunge into the water, and if that happens, you are most likely going to follow it in. While both kayaks offer advantages and drawbacks, I cannot help but highly recommend the 12 over the 10 for most people. My tests used 180 total pounds, but when you increase the payload to 200 pounds or more, the overall performance of the 10 suffers greatly and makes it a fairly distant second compared to the 12. Thanks for watching Small Craft Cruising. I'm Kurt Rotzlaff. Please like and subscribe.